January 7th. Happy New Year! First journal entry of the year on this random Tuesday. I'm filled with scattered thoughts and feelings right now. I feel inspired and also a little anxious. I've been ready to build my art career into a bill-paying career since high school emotionally, but I also had a lot of actual getting ready to do. I had college to go through, identity defined, and needed years to be me first. But around 2020, 2021, I was finally ready, and I went at it with all that I had. I read books, and I built a website, and I got branded envelopes. I was very ready. But year after year has passed, and I haven't been able to push past the block of myself. And that's what I'm facing this year. Me. New year, same me. But with a new North Star guiding me. This is the year I intend to stop listening to myself when I have bad advice to give. And even just writing this feels wrong. You know when you're going to change, so you tell everyone you're going to, and then you feel accomplished enough after that, so you don't actually change. This will not be that. Even just saying it feels wrong. I want to show you, and myself, this change is real. I've been listening to my bad advice, and I've been very comfortable, and honestly, I've been chilling. But there's this drive, this passion in me to do more, be more. I cannot truly rest long without knowing that I gave my goals my everything. I'm pretty interested in keeping the video journals going. I still fully stand by the purpose of them. But I can't say for certain what my video content will be this year. It's not about the content, but it's completely about it, too. I am sick of trying to define a target audience. I still have to, at least to some extent, but I'm also trying to make something that doesn't exist. I want to be an oil painting YouTuber, known for her oil paintings and for her YouTube, and that means I need to make better videos. That's the start of this year for me, really, improving my video editing skills and knowledge so I can make videos almost as good as I paint pictures. If I can get past my cravings of comfort long enough to grind out a career, I'll be satisfied. Until then, nothing will ever be enough. This little inner wolf of YOLO is howling right now, though. Decisions like today's will make up the bricks for the pyramid of change that I'm building. It's 5 p.m. I've worked 8 hours and I'm home alone for the next few hours until my husband comes home for dinner, and then it's time to set my alarm for the morning. I could very easily swallow these 3 hours of leisure, phone scrolling and coloring most likely. But if I spend these 3 hours trying to get a little better at video editing, tomorrow's Julia will be 3 hours better at video editing. Multiply that choice by a week, a month. Obviously, it's a year of growth. It's 2025. I'm sick of passively batting at this little yarn ball. I want to really fucking try. Funnily enough, it starts where I left last year off, with my coworkers. I have, at the moment, no meaningful anger towards my coworker anymore, but I've gotten myself into the habit of just never talking at work. I was shy at first, then hurt, then mad, and now I'm just silent. In addition to my lack of real efforts to socialize, this is making me lose my ability to hold a conversation. I know I'm capable of it, but right now, my skills are so low, it takes me half a minute to respond with a basic question about yourself. Since I learned to socialize, I've always been stuck in anxiety over being interesting enough. You see, I was raised Mormon. My guy, I can bring anything back there. And everyone around me knew things I didn't. All those little sexual innuendos from children growing up stacked up to the feeling that everyone else knew something I didn't. And it stayed. I don't rationally think that everyone is hiding secret knowledge from me, but I want them to like me when we talk so bad, and I'm focused on being the most interesting, perfect, whimsical, and witty person. And with the bar so high, of course I'm not meeting it. But this year of growth and change, I'm trying harder. I haven't been trying to socialize truthfully, and this year, I'm making friends. I don't expect to be a different person overnight, but I do expect to keep this fire burning because it's all that I am, and I have finally had enough of myself. I'm holding me back with my own choices, and I'm stopping it now by starting the grind set. That's right, baby. Sleep is for the dead, and your net worth is your actual worth, right? No. Money isn't motivating enough for me. I'm used to being dead broke. And while I'd love to just wind up a billionaire, I also believe that's not an amount of money that can be acquired ethically in a lifetime. Hashtag all billionaires are Satan. I can only keep this fire in me going strong enough to keep me making hard choices against comfort if I fuel it right. I'm drinking water, I'm eating healthy, and I am working out. I've got to get enough sleep. I need to have complete rest days. I need leisure time still. But I've been erring on the side of trying not to burn out, and so doing everything sustainably. And now I'm ready to put more gas in the flame. Metaphors and jumping around. Welcome back to my journals. I have missed this. I'm ready for another year of this terribly beautiful life. Louise out. January 8th. Well, I just got fired. Literally an hour and a half ago. I definitely deserved it. But I was also blindsided and on the cusp of being better. I know that doesn't really matter, but it does add to the pain and irony. To give an idea of scope and dedication, because anyone can say they're changing and mean it, here's an example. I, a socially inept, awkward conversationalist, am preparing for a year of promoting myself. That means literally going and talking to strangers constantly, in effect. In-person events, applications to art shows, going to galleries and talking to the people that work there. I will be out of my comfort zone all fucking year, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the challenge and growth of it all. But even in this state of mind, I knew my limits. Last night, I made a joke to my husband about my alarm. For context, he used to work early and we would carpool. Now he works late, and my habit of 20 alarms at 6 a.m. became unreasonable. So I've been toning down, but I was down to 3 and joking about waking up to 1. He does, and so he told me to join the club. I said, yeah, sure. The day I wake up to 1 alarm is the day I levitate an inch off the bed and float myself over to get dressed. Well, I slept like absolute shit. Probably fell asleep around 4 a.m. Next thing I know, I see a little sunlight through my lashes and my gut drops because that means that I slept past my alarm. I texted my office manager and even my boss, but they said not to bother coming in that day. I should explain something here. I only still had that job because of nepotism. My boss is my father-in-law, or my old boss is my father-in-law. My depression kills me inside sometimes. My insomnia eats me alive. The battle of consistently showing up to my daily occupation has probably ended every job but one for me. I missed too many days back in high school, through to elementary. I was a smart kid, so it never held me back, but yeah, it's just about my biggest functionality weakness, and I missed too many days. Some days I really couldn't go. Other days, I regretted not going, but that's what I got fired for today. Too many missed days, even if today was a genuine accident, which brings me back to the alarm situation. Paul didn't wake up to the alarms either. I had to. My ringer was loud. I most definitely turned the alarms off. I don't think they rang out, but I have no waking memory of doing so. And so, after I knew I slept in, but before my dad boss called me, I looked through some alarm apps and got one that's way harder to turn off. So hard, in fact, that I even made the choice to turn snooze off because I'd be awake enough not to justify going through it again. It's a whole puzzle thing. It's very involved. I was ready to push myself to change and be a 1 alarm girly. For the job, for my cause of positive change, for myself. It hurts. It hurts extra. But I know it's for the best. I wasn't very happy there. They need a more consistent employee. And it's weird when I'm mad at my boss while eating dinner with my father-in-law. It's all right. I'll be okay. It just really sucks. I think I'm getting old enough now that I can tell when disaster is about to strike. I get really confident and secure in my outlook of the future And that's when I get a big gut punch. Life is a series of little highs and little punches, but the big ones still catch me off guard. I can only usually see in retrospect how I could kind of feel something brewing. I didn't know what, but the air was stormy, metaphorically and of course literally. I do live in the Pacific Northwest. All of this will make family dinners awkward for a moment, of course. I wish it worked out. I wish I'd been a better employee, and honestly, I wish he had been a better boss. I do hope Toenail is rejoicing in finally getting rid of me, though. It wasn't easy. I was the boss's daughter, after all. They gave me a lot of rope, and I still used it all up. But you know what? I'm changing still. This is a serious bump, but I'm going on strong. I'll have more short-term time to work on my art career here, and I'll hopefully find a job I like a little bit more. I'm incredibly glad to be away from Toenail. He was a handful and a half, and it took me months of strength to get over my hate for him. I was ready to be friendly and even conversational this year. Yesterday I chatted more than I had in months, but even then, I could never respect the guy or much tolerate his prideful policing of my work. Another forcibly closed chapter to start the new year out. But this time, I'm taking the punch to some well-defined abs and going forward the same. I'm very happy with my abs right now. I'm buffing my car and it's so physical and it takes so many hours that I'm kind of shredded low-key. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off and quite literally get back to it. The car won't buff itself. Growth and change. Louisa. January 9th. Alright, so it's been about 24 hours since I got fired. I'm reeling. I'm swinging fast back from totally okay and hopeful to complete despair. Something I don't think gets talked about much is passive thoughts of dying from depression. It would be just a really easy way out of this really difficult thing. That's what my depression voice whispers pretty much every time I'm facing anything. I am so strong and so resilient. But if my card doesn't go through, if I get a missed appointment fee, if I get a health bill I wasn't expecting, if I get reprimanded, literally anything that scratches at my larger pains will get me to thinking about what not being around to deal with it would be like. I'm so full of hope and change for the year. And the darkest part of my mind is whispering how it would show them all if I just finally did it. And my morbid fascination automatically places scenes of everyone being hurt. And I hate to say, the toxic drama queen in me wants to literally end all the good things. So, God, can I even say this? So my old boss father-in-law would feel unbelievable guilt for firing me. But obviously, I am not that person. I can think dark thoughts and not actually mean any harm to myself or others. I only voice the darkest of the ideas, so the severity of the whiplash is clear. In 20 minutes, I can vibe with a video, learn and work to learn, text my mom a joke, and then remember an embarrassing moment of calling into work. Then I remember work. Then I remember I'll never make a denture there again, and I'm back to pondering where I would like to stop living. It makes it really hard to enact meaningful change in my life when the bottom is so low, and I slide right back to it so rapidly. I've been unemployed for a day, and I'm feeling all the things I felt when I was unemployed for half a year. Locked in the house, stir-crazy, full of futility and want. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to function like the person I want to be. I set my no snooze alarm for 9, ready to wake up to it. I did, and I woke up enough that my choice to go back to sleep was intentional. I chose to sleep more and set an alarm for 10, which I don't remember hearing, and then it was noon. Mornings are my weakest time, and they set the tone for the whole day. I know how sincere my heart is in my desire to fucking be functional. But it's not the only desire, and it's not always the rationale that wins out. And I don't know how to stop that from happening. I called and begged for my job back. It was awkward and painful, and I'm glad I tried it. I didn't make a very good case for myself, and honestly, if he had given me another chance, I bet it would be a week or two until I got fired again. And that's why he has no interest in it. I can't blame him. Because I mean to change with all my heart. But clearly I'm wrong about that. Part of me is still choosing snooze over all the things I know I want. This whole journal entry is an attempted moralization. Sorry about that. I'm still hopeful and excited. I really am. And I know it's not about never falling. It's about getting back up. But with this rapid cycling, I feel like I waste all my energy on getting back up and I never move. I have to because I fall 5 times an hour. I'm just scared I actually can't do it. My mom called it self-sabotage, that I'm choosing to fail in this way so I don't fail in a bigger, later way. I have mixed feelings about that. I think everyone self-sabotages in the sense that we are our own worst enemy, but we're also our own biggest advocates. This could come from some sabotaging place in me, but I really can't find her in the daylight. I would change, but I don't know what to change. Alarms will be the death of me, I think. Louise out. January 10th. Hey journal, I'll keep it short today. I've had some long entries this week. I finished block sanding my car today! I'm really super excited to see it all polished up. And I've mostly done the first cutting compound step of the polishing. I have 5 panels left to cut, and tomorrow I have a date with Paul, and then I'll finish my car. That's so strange. I can't picture being done with it after such relentless work. The timestamps in my camera roll prove it. Except for some rest around Christmas, I have been spending every free hour on this project. And yes, that includes free hours from days I called into work. I was left trying to cheer up, and I do genuinely love this work. I'm gonna be sad to be done, but I'm also ready to be oil painting. And to have a clean car. Ideally, I'll also have time to clean the inside, and eventually I'm doing a photo shoot, video shoot for the results and the thumbnail, but those may happen a different day. Either way, I'm excited for tomorrow. Louise out. January 11th. Today was a good one. Just more work on the car. If I'd been journaling the last 2 months, this would be the entry most days. But yesterday, I finished polishing. There are still some dull spots that need to be sanded better than brought up to polish, but the whole car has been polished and that's huge. Tomorrow, I'm cleaning and detail finishing. I also started fourth wing at the very end of the day. Louise out.